My bandmates were waiting. I knew that I had to do something, but I just didn't know which note to play next. But that's when something clicked. Hello, this is David Wallerman. Welcome to this channel which helps you unlock your musical personality so that you can tell a better musical story with your guitar. Okay, we're gonna look at theory just a little bit, just enough to understand which notes you should play when you're totally out of ideas. First of all, we're gonna consider that we are in a situation where we have to play maybe blues, rock, metal, like any forms of music that is more traditional for the Western ear. And the reason we're doing that is that 99% of the music that you're going to hear on the radio or in a jam band are going to be built using one of the 7 church modes. Before you log off, because I'm talking about modes, I know because I'll look at my analytics, stay here. Modes are just scales. That's it. And a scale is going to be used to play over a chord progression. Now there are 7 very commonly used scales, alphabets, modes, whatever you want to call them, that are used over and over in Western music. Here they are. Typically you will see them in this order: Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian. We're not going to organize them that way. You'll understand why in just a second. But first, we need to talk about the formula of these modes. The formula of a mode is its blueprint or its DNA. That's what gives a mode or a scale its unique sound. Each of these modes have 7 different notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The reason these modes sound different is that although they have the same number of notes, there are different types of 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s. And you've heard those terms before: major second, minor second, major third, minor third, perfect fourth, augmented fourth, and so forth. Now pay attention, this is important. On the screen, you can see these 7 modes organized the traditional way, which again, we're gonna skip in just a second, represented by their formula. Now, each of these modes has a 1, that's the first note of these modes. We're going to consider that we are playing each of these 7 different scales starting from the same exact note. Therefore, the 1 is the same. Now let's take a look at the second column. We have 2 types of seconds: a major second, a minor second. 5 of these modes have a major second. That means that regardless of the mode you're playing, there's a pretty good chance that the second is going to be major. All right, so the second wins. As far as the third goes, it's pretty much split into 2. We have 3 major thirds, 4 minor thirds. Probability is not that great. We're going to pass that one to the 4th. Now, this is where things get pretty interesting, because if we compare these 7 modes, 6 of them have a perfect 4th. Only 1 of them has an augmented 4th. The perfect 4th definitely wins here. 6 times out of 7, we will have a perfect 4th. Moving on to the 5th column, and check this out. 6 out of 7 modes have a perfect 5th. Moving up to the 6th column, we have major 6ths, minor 6ths, and that's a pretty equal split here. We have 4 out of 7 modes that have a major 6th. The odds for the 6th column are not great. Let's move on to the 7th. And in the 7th, we see that the minor 7th wins because 5 out of 7 modes have a minor 7th. We're not going to forget about this organization of modes. It's completely useless. We're only going to look at the intervals, because when you're playing and you're stuck, the only thing you need is the next note. And this is your golden ticket. If you look at this from the top to bottom, we have the most probable intervals to fall into place regardless of where you're playing. I'm going to prove this to you over this backing track. I'm going to start with a note. If I don't know which note to play, just play a note, go for it. Most of the time, it's going to work. Why is that? Well, it's because in Western music, we have 12 pitches. These modes are made of 7 notes, 7 out of 12. The probability to hit a right note is a little bit more than average. Let's give it a try. Let's try to aim for the 2nd string, 7th fret. That worked. From there, I could probably hit a perfect 4th according to my chart. It's a very probable interval to have. Let's try it. Yes, I could probably hit a perfect 5th. Yep. Now, if I look down, the minor seventh is very probable because 5 times out of 7 I'll have a minor seventh. I'm going to try that from here. Minor seventh is 2 frets below. Yeah. So just out of that chart, I could take my first note, another one, and another one. Those are 4 notes. Click this video to understand how this idea came to me and how you can come up with a lot of ideas on your own. It's a very simple concept. It's story time. Check this one out.